Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are reviewing the Caranedo P28 Piper Arrow III. I don't know why that took me so long to get out. Anyway, so I'm really excited to try this one out because I know we have this one out and then we have Just Flight's Piper Arrow coming right around the corner. So really stoked to see this one, and really looking forward to see what the comparisons are. I know both teams have been doing a fabulous job based on the screenshots and the media that's been released for it beforehand. I was really excited to see either one of these aircraft. So we're going to take a quick spin around it, take a peek at it, do a cockpit tour briefly. Carenado pretty much matches up to par with all of their aircraft. But then we'll take her up, test out the autopilot system, see what's functional, what's not, if there's any issues to be concerned about, check for any bugs or crash of desktop issues, things that we might need to be aware of when purchasing this aircraft. We'll do a stall test or two, just sort of see how it handles with the flight characteristics alike, and then bring it in for landing and wrap it up. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump into it. Alright, so popping into the cockpit, just as with the exterior textures, and again, Carenado definitely has set their reputation for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looks fantastic. Everything just absolutely looks beautiful. Let's see here. We can get rid of the yoke. Passenger door opens. Let's check and see what we got here. Looks like we got a baggage door. See if that gives us anything. Oh, yep, there it is right there. Cool. So we got baggage door opens, cockpit passenger side door opens. Oh, that closed it. Ah, I see. So it reverses it. Okay, so let's go ahead and close that one manually. Sure, our little window flap, yep, as always works. Now, in a previous aircraft, in the Seminole, when this first launched, the visors were a crashing point. Oh, hey. You got a takeoff checklist, landing checklist up under here. Too bad you can't adjust them just right. They're a little hard to read like that, but hey, it works. Power settings. Neat. We'll have to take a look at that later for further detail. Both sides of those work. And believe it or not, I actually used the sunshades in the Seminole the other day, and it made a difference. That was kind of helpful. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick peek. Obviously, steam gauges. Let's see your airspeed indicator, standard clock, ADI altimeter. Looks like fuel tank quantity. Let's see here. Looks like, oh, that's manifold pressure. That's not fuel. Excuse me, manifold pressure. What do we got here? HSI. That's our HSI. That's for the nav system. Okay, so that's part of the Garmin. Gotcha. All right, so that's a standby. That's got to be a standby course indicator. It's horizontal situation indicator. Got a bunch of course needles here. Yeah, 3 different. Alright, that's standby, so that one you got to set manually. That's interesting. Alright, we'll have to play around with that more. I haven't seen one with 3 of them here. That, I believe, is for precision landing, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, slip indicator, bank indicator, vertical speed, and RPM. Amp voltage meter, right. Oh, there's our fuel gauges right there. Left and right gas tank. Exhaust temperature. Oil temp. Yep, battery and oil pressure and PSI. That's going to be your panel lights and interior lights. Circuit breakers, alternate air source. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to be doing today, and oh, there's our fuel tank selector, and is that the rudder trim? That is rudder trim. I'll be damned. Let's make sure those parking brakes are set. Parking brakes are locked. Got our flap lever trim wheel. It's like emergency gear handle. Non-functioning. Not like we would need it, but you know, at least yet. Alright, so let's get the battery turned on. Now I'm going to be using my Alpha flight yoke and Bravo throttle quadrant, so a lot of the controls I'll be doing will be off screen, but functionality should be the same and should display in front of you guys. So let's go with battery on, alternator on, electronic fuel pump. Let's get that turned on. And let's see here, we got mixture and prop. Crack that throttle. Right magneto, left magneto, both magnetos, and give her a rip. Beautiful sound. Beautiful sound. Love that. So let's at least get this labeled out here. It's almost 090, about 110. Ugh, I hate the zoom wheel. Come on, come on. Yep, I think I got about. I got her. Okay. And let's see here. Altimeter currently out here is 2983. Get the avionics on and turn the transponder on. This is going to be one of the big differences between the two aircraft, the two different we're thinking of Pipers, is that I think the one for Just Flight, you're going to have the option of what kind of navigation system you want and what kind of avionics suite. So it's going to be interesting. Alright, so we are transmitting. That means we have ident. Ident works. Good. Oh, I could have just hit the quick VFR, huh? Flight level 3,700 feet. Interesting. We're reading about 35 here. That's alright. Deal with that later. Alright, well, again, this thing is fantastic. Already digging it. Loving the sound. Let's check out some lights here. So we're going to go with our nav lights on. No taxi lights. I'm assuming he uses the landing light. No beacon that I can see. Pitot, heat, and strobe. We'll wait till we get to the runway. Oh, that's just that. I was like, well, can I adjust my air? No, can't adjust the air. Well, I guess I'll just have to be uncomfortable then. Alright, let me get situated, and let's get her out of here. It's parking brake released. Very interesting parking location for this particular aircraft, but whatever. Alright. There we go. That's weird. Sound is fantastic. Loving it. And we're not going to have to worry too much about flaps on takeoff today. We're light. We don't have any obstacles to worry about, so we'll just line up and let her roll. We're going to be looking between 65 and 75 knots for rotation, so probably start rotating about 70 knots. Start giving that back pressure. Taxiway here. Oops, wrong one. Fail. Rudder pedals handle absolutely beautifully. Input is exactly as you would expect it to be. Now, I know that sometimes that's a hardware relationship going on there, so just for everyone's understanding, I have the TPR rudder pedals by Thrustmaster. Back on. Let's turn the pitot heat on, getting close. Window closed up. I always love the sound that comes with Caranedo's aircraft. I think they do a great job with it. It's always dynamic, always sounds good. Get that nice deep thump thump that you get from the piston engines. Waco is beautiful. They did the Waco, right? Yeah, pretty sure they did the Waco. They're really cranking aircraft out, man. I'll give them that too. I'm sort of amazed how fast they are developing aircraft for this thing. Alright, strobe lights on as we take the runway. Alright, and we're just going to get going. There's max power there. Staying centerline very well. Minor corrections, there's 60 knots. There's 70, starting to back pressure. And we're up. Why is my gear not working? There it goes. Alright, wheels coming up. Start trimming for the climb. And again, I'm using the trim wheel on the Bravo throttle quadrant. Oh, and we're getting crazy. Beautiful. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Alright, so we're just going to hold her tight until clear the runway here. That was weird. Not sure what that was about. I thought we were going to crash there for a second. Alright. Autopilot master is on. Let's test things out here. Altitude hold enabled. You can see that here. Let's go for vertical speed. Oops, there we go. Climbing up at 600 feet per minute. And let's check our heading hold. Looks like our heading bug isn't quite set right. So we'll see what happens here. Steady 210 there. I guess it is right, it's just not centered. That's odd. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, well, let's start turning us back. Northwest here. Turns nice and smooth. Nothing feels choppy or junky, if you will. We're going to continue our climb to about 6,000 feet so we can do our stall tests. And let's head out over there and see if we can't get in trouble over there. It's a good area to do some stalls, then we can come back in and land. So it's got to be a little bug, I'm sure. Shouldn't be any nav. We don't have a flight plan entered. Okay, works just fine. Awesome. Doing on gas. Well, about the same. Give another few minutes on that left tank and we'll use the right tank to bring it home. We're not going to be up too long, sort of tooling around. There's 6,000 feet. Which we are climbing past. Okay, why are you not working? Thank you. There you go. That was weird. Okay, so a little delay. It's weird. So the button on same button I used earlier all of a sudden stopped working. So interesting, but that's all right. Gives more time to play with. So let's disable the autopilot. Ugh, stupid camera. I can't wait till I get my new LEDs in for my track IR. Just want you guys to know, it drives me nuts just as much as I'm sure it drives you guys crazy. Alright, so first thing we'll do is let's do a stall test. So I'm going to pull that power off. And let's go full back on the nose here. Pull them back, pull them back, pull them back. Alright, power on, nose down, airspeed alive. That was cool. I think in VR that would that's gonna be one of those ones that might get you. That wing dip was awesome. All right, let's try that again. I had a good time with that. All right, so here we go. So let's see here. We're still at we're at 6,300. We got plenty of altitude. Okay, pulling back, power off. That nose, holding. There's a stall warning. And there's the dip. Power on. Yeah, that was fun. That's good. That's really good in this aircraft. I like that a lot. Alright, good times, good times. So now let's go ahead and start taking her back home. Pull some power off here. We're going to start descending. She flies very, very nicely. The controls are very responsive, very smooth, very realistic. The response ratio to my controls to the in-game controls are almost 1-to-1. Oh, can't pull the throttle back at that point. Take her down to about 5,000 feet. Oh, is that our runway? Oh, we need to turn around. What the heck? We'll just do a full right-hand circuit. Trimming her out here. So we're in the upwind here. Maintaining altitude. Very relaxing. I'm just using 2 fingers on the yoke. I'm not death gripping the yoke to keep it stable. Yet I can make minor adjustments very smoothly. Switch that fuel tank over. Very nice. Very nicely done. Okay, guys, I will catch you as we get on the downwind. So we're just now turning onto the downwind. Oh, nose down. So we're going to go flaps 1 here. We're going to be looking for an approach speed of about 75 knots. Gear down below 130. Full flaps no more than 100 knots. Go ahead and go another stage of flaps. Power on. And it wants the gear down, so we're going to put the gear down. I love those sounds. That was good sounds. A little close. We're probably going to be pretty steep on the turn here in a minute. Just keeping an eye for that threshold. Yeah, this thing's going to be a lot of fun to fly. I'm really digging this. Flight controls are very responsive. The flight model feels good. The environmental impact on the aircraft feels very natural. Alright, we're getting close to our turning point. Alright, let's begin. So I'm going to go next stage of flaps. power pull way back. Trying to manage that descent rate a little better. I'm trying to look for about 500 feet per minute. Where's my runway? There you are. Alright, now as we're turning final here, flaps to full. Looking for 75 on the airspeed. A little fast, but almost coming in a little steep. Not a bad rollout. Didn't quite catch the glide slope on that. We're a little high, but that's all right. That's the way my dad taught me. That's the way his trainer taught him. Space shuttle landings. Catch your flare or mop the floor, one or the other. Alright, we are idle on the power. And wheels down. A little bouncy, not too bad. Not one of my best landings, but not one of my worst either, right? Alright. Well, that... Do you guys ever find yourself feeling like you almost cooled off when you open one of these windows after a long flight? Or any kind of flight? Like you get down and you open the window on a freaking simulator and find yourself like almost relieved, feeling like you're outside-ish. I don't know, maybe I'm too engrossed, right? Alright, clearing up here. Come on. Get rid of that strobe light, turn the pitot heat off. Flaps down, or retracted, I should say. Flap handle down. You guys knew what I meant, right? Alright, I'm not going to put it back over where it was. That was just weird. Like, why would I be next to the airliners? Let's see what's over here. So, final thoughts as we're taxiing over to parking for shutdown. This thing is a ton of fun. It flies absolutely beautiful, as I have said. The textures are amazing. The control to simulator response seems to be just about 1-to-1. Really impressed with it. Really looking forward to Just Flight's comparison, because I will absolutely be testing them both out. I'm looking forward to Just Flight's as well. Just Flight's Arrow 3 seems to have a bit more features than this one does, and a bit more customization options, which I'm all about customization. You know, I love having option. You know, and I know with the Just Flight's version, you know, you're going to be able to choose what kind of avionics suite you're using, whether old steam gauges or the GNS 530, because I think it was the 530. So it's really going to be really interesting to see how the two compare, whether or not you know, the flight models match up, who's better, etc. It's going to be a battle of the Pipers, which I'm kind of figuring that's probably why Carenado released theirs today, but. Because I know Piper's is right around, or Piper's, Just Flights is right around the corner, so it's really awesome, really awesome. I'm really glad I got it. No regrets buying this aircraft. Totally on board with it. Let's sort of turn around here, and let's lock it down there. Set that parking brake. Alright, and let's see what we've got here. So flaps are retracted. Let's get rid of these guys. And let's see here. We want the electric fuel pump off. Avionics switch off. Propeller full increase. Throttle is closed. Mixture coming down to cutoff. And I hate that it does that. Alright, engine should be killing. Yep, there it goes. Magneto's off. And alternator and battery. And let's hop on out. Well, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some excitement about purchasing this aircraft. If you're into general aviation, I highly recommend you grab this one. Carenado continues to impress me. I haven't had any issues really with any of their aircraft yet. I absolutely love them. The textures, the flight model, the instruments, all absolutely wonderful. And I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this particular aircraft. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell for notification of future content, as there's always going to be a lot more coming. I'll see you guys soon.